What's up?
Yo.
Here we are.
Hello.
Talking winter with Swinter. It's, I don't know when you're listening to it. We're recording here the last week of July. Next week's August, because that's how that works. My name's Ken Bogeman. We got Brent Reeder, Zack Frame, Talking Winter with Swinter from the Swinter Group World Headquarters here in St. Louis, Missouri. Boom. Where, in St. Louis, you're likely to not get shot. You'll probably get robbed.
Yeah.
But probably not shot.
Right.
Well, probably.
Just give up the wallet, man.
Maybe. That's right. You might get a riot.
That's why you carry 2 wallets.
Or 2 handguns.
The decoy.
Mm-hmm.
And the I don't need a decoy because I got 2 handguns. Fair.
I don't need a wallet. I got a handgun.
So what you need is a wallet shaped like a handgun.
They make them.
No kidding?
Yeah. Oh, no, it's a phone case. Never mind.
Oh, okay. I wonder how many of our listeners are, pro 2A folks. I bet a bunch.
I'm going to go with 80%.
You think?
Yeah.
At least.
Yeah. If you're in the 20%, we'd like to hear from you. Kind of. Maybe not. You know what? If you'd like to tell us your thoughts, we're here for you at
Podcast at swintergroup.com.
You got it. Podcast at swintergroup.com. That's it. That's us. That's here we are. Swinter Group, Talking Winter with Swinter. And you know what we're going to do today? We're going to enter what we're going to call season 3 of the show, because we've had some discussions about what our seasons actually are. So we're thinking we got the winter season, right? Start that around, first part of November. And then we've got the cleanup winter season. And then we have the summer season. And then we have the prep season, which is, I think, where we are.
Yeah, we're definitely in prep.
Yep. It's August time. It's prep time. Got to be getting ready for snow.
That is the most unconventional way of going about seasons I've ever heard.
You know what? We're an unconventional kind of outfit. What do you think of that?
Okay.
Seriously? We're unconventional.
Okay.
I mean, I guess, yeah, we're unconventional.
Because we're one of a kind?
Well, we're not one of a kind, but we're one of a few. There's only a few of us that do snow all year round.
Are we proud too?
Yep.
So we're the few and the proud?
Yep. But we actually do it. We're really busy all year.
Yeah.
And we just do snow.
We don't really stop.
Right. It's kind of crazy.
It's kind of fun.
Yeah, it is. It is. And you know what we need to talk about today?
Snow.
And particularly, why on God's green earth would anybody in the landscaping business be needing to talk about snow in August? Right?
Well, I mean, you don't wait till the grass is growing to start talking about landscaping.
Oh.
Dang.
Wait a minute. Hang on. Wait.
Called out.
So hang on. So what you're saying is, if you're in the landscaping and lawn care business, you don't just fire up your mowers and just go start cutting in the spring. You got to do prep work.
Yeah, quite a bit, actually.
Yeah? Huh. Same thing for snow, right?
Yes, although it is not. I can't believe how many guys don't put much effort into that until it's like the week of.
Right. And we see that a bunch. You see a lot of times folks just aren't, I mean, they're just not concerned about it because it's 105 degrees outside, and they're just not real worried about come snow time because they've kind of got their accounts, they've got their stuff, everything's fine. And then it gets cold and it's a problem. Yep.
It's amazing how many people come through our doors here buying parts the week of a storm.
Yep.
The first storm of the year. Stuff that was broken last February or last March. And here they are. Well, I just never got around to it.
Right. So there's some stuff that you need to be doing, this time of year that can get you ahead of that curve. Because, what happens is if you wait like everybody else does, well, now you've got to wait with everybody else when it happens. And it's, it's frustrating for everybody. I mean, as the consumer, you're aggravated because, well, you don't have the parts you're looking for. As the vendor, we're aggravated because, well, we want to help you, but we didn't know that you needed that. And now it's too late. And so, that makes things really pretty tough on everybody. And, we're not the only ones that deal with, snow and ice management parts and equipment. That's a pretty regular business. And, we all stock a lot of parts, but, you can't have everything, in stock sitting on the shelf. So there are things that have to get ordered, and that, makes things a little tougher. Right, Zack?
Yeah. And we see that a lot.
Yeah.
A lot.
Yeah. So, so some things that are good to do this time of year. Where do we want to start? Because I know we didn't write anything down. This is completely unscripted. Well, we don't want to lose people.
Well, what do you do before you can actually bid something? You got to know your cost.
Right.
What are costs doing this year? They're going down, right?
Oh, wait. Okay, so we're going to bidding. That was a jump. We were talking equipment a second ago.
Well, everything. Your equipment and bidding. Everything.
We're doing all at once.
everything.
All at once. Boom. All at once.
Everything applies.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. So you need to, in establishing your costs, I mean, you need to do an equipment assessment and see where you're at with stuff. Right.
Yeah.
And I mean, if you're going to need to spend 10 or 15,000 bucks, getting your stuff put back together, which is this year is something else. I mean, prices are astronomical and availability is tough. So, if you're going to be having to, replace equipment or fix it, you need to know that ahead of time. So
way ahead of time.
Yeah. So so let's talk about that. So it's August, you've got your snow equipment. Some things to go through, folks that are listening on what they can do to try to get an assessment of where their equipment's at in terms of maintenance. When you went to put it away, ideally you took pictures, wrote down some notes, you knew what was going on, but you probably didn't. So it's been sitting there for several months. So, go hook those things up, move them up, down, left, right on the plows, run the spreaders through, and try to, and look for things that are broke, right? So what are some common things to look for when they've been sitting for a bit, Zach? What do you think? Most common?
Oh, hydraulic lines.
Boom.
Hydraulic lines and fittings. Somehow or another, they will loosen up, and I don't know how they do it. But those fittings do come loose, and those lines do dry rot and deteriorate while sitting in the sun because you didn't put it in the barn. You may not have a barn.
Right. Fair.
So if it's been sitting outside all summer in the sun, that sun just beats down on that rubber, and it does deteriorate. So
Yarp. So you got all your stuff that you're going to get put together and get a list put together now and get that turned in.
today.
Well, that'd be tough.
Why?
I don't know. We know what today is. I'm not doing it today. It's the afternoon, man. I'm done.
No,
Almost.
You can't be done. We got to be ready.
What? Okay.
Got to get the list.
43 minutes left, then I'm out of here.
Whatever.
Maybe.
Make a list.
So yeah, man. So get a list of equipment ready to roll and get those parts ordered. Now, if you don't have necessarily a plow and equipment, snow removal equipment, parts and equipment facility around, I mean, you can find this stuff. Some of it you can get like Napa is pretty good about making hydraulic lines, depending on where you are, what part of the country. Look for, hydraulic shops, things like that, but do the best you can to source your parts sooner than later.
Yeah, test those controllers too, especially if you didn't take it out of the truck all summer long. Test that controller.
Coffee stains,
McDonald's salt fries all over the place, all in there.
Do you think that McDonald's salt is like actual salt, or is it like some addictive substance they make in a chemical factory somewhere?
I think it's highly corrosive.
Fair.
How else do the bolts that hold your seat into the truck get rusty? On the backside.
On the backside?
It's the McDonald's fries and the salt.
True.
Spill it down there, the salt bounces off, goes around that fastener,
Next
rusted
thing,
in place.
and then the seat falls out.
Well, I don't think it's that corrosive.
That's true.
I would also say when you're testing your plow, don't just go up and down once. Maybe do it a few times. Really give it an actual test.
Well, and another thing too that we've done that works pretty well is if you've got a bin block wall or a concrete wall that you're not concerned about it getting some scratches on it, pull up to it and then put some pressure on the plow. So pull up to it and then angle the plow into that wall and then put some pressure on the backside of it, and then do that left and right. Because if you're gonna blow an angle cylinder, that's when it's gonna happen. When you actually have some pressure on it. When there's no pressure on it, you're just up, down, left, right. There's not a lot of stress on the system.
Yeah.
So you want to try to simulate actually moving snow around, and that's a pretty good way of doing it. Is there anything else that we've done here that makes sense with that?
Fluid condition. I know. So pressure is one thing, right? But you can't get that pressure if your fluid is beyond its operable life. So you're supposed to service your plow every year. Take the old fluid out, put new fluid in.
Yeah.
Nobody does that.
Nobody does that, but it's recommended by all the manufacturers to do that.
At least make sure it looks clear.
Or
At the
blue.
minimum.
I mean, whatever. As long as it doesn't look black
It
and
might be
smell
red.
burnt. Whatever.
Yeah.
Smell it. Smell it. Give it a lick. Yeah.
Wow, that was a lot louder than I thought it was going to
Yeah,
be.
that was intense. Just smell it. Make sure it doesn't smell burnt. Dip your pinky in there and feel the viscosity. If it isn't like water, then you're probably okay.
There you go.
Corrosion on your connections.
Now here's something here. Okay, so this is something that's always kind of bothered me. What's the cost of a quart of low temp hydro fluid these days?
$9-10.
Right, and then you're into what, 2, maybe 3 quarts on most plows.
Yeah, 2 and some change.
Yeah, so you're talking $30.
Yeah.
And it'll take, I mean, on the outside, 15 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Spend the time and the $30 to change your fluid, people. Like, seriously. I mean, I know nobody does it, but man, it does make such a big difference.
Test your system first so that all that new fluid doesn't end up on the pavement when your line breaks as soon as you pick the plow up.
Because now it's a $60 fix, and that
Right.
Bogeman dude's an idiot.
Right, and a $100 hydraulic line because, you're going to need it that day, and it's very expensive.
That's true. That's true. Yep. So,
Yeah.
yeah, check it out.
I've had 2-year-old lines blow
Yep.
beginning of the next season. They didn't even look bad.
Yep.
Didn't have any dry rot at all. Hooked up with the truck for the first time. Left, right, left. And then Smurf juice everywhere.
Smurf juice.
Yuck.
Uh-huh. Yeah, yeah. For those that are unsure of what Smurf juice is, change your fluid. Dear God.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
Exactly.
Yep. So,
Looks
all right.
awesome on brand new concrete.
No. Oof.
Yeah.
That's rough.
Yeah.
We're gonna have brand new asphalt here.
Yeah.
Yeah, coming up.
Not concrete.
Not not concrete. It'll be pretty nice repaving the yard.
I think
Yep.
oil's worse on asphalt.
It is.
Yes.
Maybe put a pan under it, boys.
There you go.
Yep.
It's like putting a ring on it, but different.
Right.
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 Yep. So, all right. So then spreaders, is there, so what we'll do with spreaders is we'll get them out and we'll actually run some material through them and make sure that they're all doing the thing. But those are, they're not as likely to blow lines unless you've got, hydraulic spreaders.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
You
But
need
Check
you
your
guys.
bearings. Check your drag chain.
yeah, make sure it's
Those
all
things will
moving.
work fine empty as soon as you load them up. Make sure they're not wobbly and that they're not all covered in rust and
Yep.
thick rust,
Yep.
If it looks bad, it is bad.
Right.
That's right.
And here's the thing. So, if you're an owner and you're listening to this and you've got your own plan put together and you're like, yeah, I know how to do it. I don't need this. And you're about to change the channel, right? Please don't leave. This is fine. So, hang out with that. And then if you're not an owner, mention something to your boss, say, hey, I'm just kind of starting to think about winter a little bit. Do we want to get some of that equipment out and check it out and see what happens?
Oh, somebody's going to earn some brownie points.
Or they're going to get fired for sticking their nose where it doesn't belong.
Yeah,
in
stay
which
in
case,
your lane.
in which case, congratulations, you have an opportunity to improve your life. So, ideally, your boss is going to appreciate the fact that you want to stay ahead of that. And if they don't,
This could be a test of proper employment.
that's right.
I mean, if you think about it, most of the guys we've seen wait till the week of, but they're used to a system where the parts were right there or could be ordered within a day or two.
That's true too.
What if that no longer exists? What if that is not this year? It's very possible.
That's very
Yeah.
true.
What if everything takes a month?
What if everything takes 2 weeks? Right. Now you missed that first storm. All
Yeah.
of this is an extra week delay.
Yep.
That's enough alone to. I would start at least 4 weeks before you're used to getting snow,
Yeah.
if not sooner.
Ooh, yeah. Have that emergency pack ready to go, too. Have yourself a couple lines and stuff like that.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Definitely have that.
Yeah. I've busted into mine a bunch of times over the years. Faux shows. So yeah, that'll definitely get you in good shape on the equipment. And I know we've kind of harped on that on this channel. Wait, is this a channel? What the hell is this?
It's a channel.
Is it a channel?
Station?
Station or
It's not
channel?
a station.
Well,
It's a channel.
It's probably airing. Well, it's airing on Turf's Up Radio, which is great. Thank you.
Right.
But if you're listening on like your favorite podcast outlet,
Well, then it's a show.
then it's a show. So if you're listening to the show,
Show.
I think it's perfectly fine to refer to it as a channel.
yeah. But that's
Show.
that's like YouTube though, right? Like we'd have to be videoing to have a YouTube channel.
Who says we're not videoing?
I don't think we are. I would know. We got a lot of
Someone's
cameras around this joint.
always
We have
watching.
a lot of cameras.
There are a lot of cameras here.
Lots.
Yep.
Holy smokes.
Okay. Well, we're going to call it a show.
It's a show.
It's a show
It's a show.
or a channel. You know, we're going to call it whatever the hell we want to call it.
It's a channel.
Oh, isn't that Chanel? Is that lingerie or is that a smell good?
Chanel is a smell good.
Chanel's
That's
a smell good.
Perfume or cologne or something.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nicole, is Chanel perfume or is it lingerie? It's perfume.
See?
She knows. Do you have any of that?
Sounds like we know what you wanted
No.
it to be.
Oh, I don't know, man.
I don't know if I'd want perfuminated lingerie.
What? Why the hell not?
Perfuminated.
Smell good? It's like scratch and sniff lingerie.
Oh my God.
Like seriously, I mean that's where it's at right there. Oh. What? Is it? Oh, you know what?
Yeah.
Is it time?
I think so.
It has to be.
It might be time. So scratch and sniff laundry is we're going to draw the line right there for now, huh?
Found it.
Okay. All right. Here we go.
Hey, landscape pros! The right tool storage and organization is the right start to a productive day for you and your crew. Gempler's has the sharp, sturdy tool racks you need to get your shop in top shape. Here's what landscape pro Don Bischoff of the Don Landscaping loves about Gempler's tool racks.
When I finally was able to have my own shop, I ended up saying, we're going to make this as organized as possible. And when I found the Gempler's tool racks, I was like sold, because they can hold a lot of weight, and I like it. It looks sharp. It looks sharp to your employees. One of the things I always stress to them is if we're not organized, we're not going to be efficient. If we're not efficient, then we're not going to make money. And if we're not making money, then I can't go out and do fun stuff with you, like go to a Reds game or go get lunch for the afternoon.
If keeping your shop organized, better productivity, and making more money sounds good to you, do what Don did. Shop Gemplers.com for Gempler's tool racks.
So okay. So during the break, we've had some enlightening discussion
I don't know if I'd call it enlightening.
about the some of the no. Should we?
I would say the conversation degraded.
Is that? Do we just leave that? Yeah. Okay. Well, you know what? Now the listeners need to know. So we were talking about if one was to invent a scratch and sniff laundry, right? What would be some of the popular flavors? And Zack here had maybe the best idea ever that then lost us the entire commercial break.
Every bit of it.
Yeah. Are you gonna fill him in? Minnow bucket.
Oh,
It's probably the wrong one.
I don't think I'd go with that.
No, that would not sell very well.
No, I don't think so.
Nicole, would you wear minnow bucket scented scratch and sniff lingerie? No, she says no.
$6.50 marked down from 10. Do you wear it now?
Oh God. What?
See.
Oh, okay. There it is.
Everybody needs a bargain.
Frugal. Man. You know what else?
Unless you're trying to prevent something, then it would work great.
Maybe. Oh. It could double as birth control.
That would easily be birth control.
Probably. Well, okay.
Yes,
Yeah, we got
Nicole's
to we got to rein this back in,
Bring it
right?
back in.
It's bad. So okay. So
Maintain your equipment.
Nicole saying cheaper being better, right? So there's something. The I mean, contracts are up, man. I mean, things are you need to be getting with your customers nowish, and if you haven't already reached out to them and said, hey, let's talk about this snow removal. Let's talk about what you're doing, what your plan is, what you want to do, and how you want to do it. I mean, that now's the time to do that, right? And Brent, you're in the throes of that and have been for months now doing renewals.
Yeah.
And I mean, are you seeing any trends that are changing now, or anything that's different this year than last?
From the sales side?
Yeah.
Not really. I mean, every year's kind of got a different dynamic, and this year's still trying to get a feel for it. It seems like everyone's afraid of making a change.
Yeah. Everyone's
afraid of doing anything. In the past, everyone was real aggressive. Yeah, let's get bids. Whether they meant to change or not, they were at least pricing things out. Everyone's real status quo this year, which is good in some ways and bad in others.
Well, I think a lot of that too has been, I know early on we had hinted that, if you renew quick, we're not going to change pricing on you.
Right.
And I think that grabbed a lot of people's attention. And now what we're seeing, but now we're kind of seeing the folks dragging their feet and wanting to, still hoping that that's going to last.
I think from our perspective, one of the problems with being so aggressive on knowing what material cost is and foreseeing what trends are coming, that we are ahead of the game. But that also means we're bidding on things for what we know is going to be the price this coming season, where we're bidding against people who don't know the price, and they're probably underbidding by a lot.
Yeah.
And so I just had a guy tell me today, he's like, we're still waiting on a couple bids, although I turned my bid in 3 weeks ago. So there's punctuality for you. But he said that I was a little high compared to what he had last year. And I'm thinking, well, if I'm a little high compared to last year, that means I'm probably right.
Right.
Because our costs are probably 20% higher this year.
Well, yeah, I can tell you we have started to see some of our wholesale pricing come in. So if for those that have kind of just joined us and don't know exactly what Swinter Group is or does, we're everything relative to snow. So we're services, we're de-icing materials, wholesale and retail. We're distributors for multiple different lines of snow removal equipment and de-icing chemicals. So we're kind of we're pretty involved in that world, and I can tell you, domestic purveyors are. I mean, you're looking at double digit ×2 increases on just base material prices, and that's before you get into the trucking increases that you're going to have as well. Going from the terminal to wherever your depot is. Bag product is going to be up, because again, logistics is more expensive. So, a lot of the things that for years have been pretty flat are taking pretty big jumps right now. So that's something where, if you don't know what your pricing is going to be, definitely call your suppliers and definitely call your vendors and try to get that pricing lined out so you can have your costs in the right spot. Right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And the suppliers may not have a good handle on that yet, but they can tell you what the trend is. They can tell you if they're seeing an idea of what the increase is going to be.
Yep. Why have we not smacked each other with tortillas yet?
Oh,
Trends. You said trend.
I saw that Dwayne Johnson and Kevin Hart did it. That was pretty hilarious.
That was pretty good. That was pretty
I
good.
did not see this
It's
one.
pretty great.
It's pretty good. Can you imagine being
Who
Kevin?
won that?
Because
I bet Kevin Hart would have a lot to prove.
I don't know how, but Kevin
Did
Hart
he jump like really high? Or
Kevin Hart was actually somehow laughing and still not spewing water.
Well, he's a comedian.
No, like audibly laughing, but his mouth wasn't open. It was super weird.
Was he nose laughing?
Had to be.
Had to have been, but I just don't understand how you can laugh that hard and not.
Choke on the water that's in your mouth.
Right.
He must not have had much in his mouth.
I guess not.
What? Yeah.
What?
What?
Yep.
I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hello?
So yeah, tortillas. We got to do that.
Okay.
It's got to happen.
Wait, but that means it's going to have to be videoed.
That's fine.
We should probably not do it around all these electronics.
Wait. So what you're saying is we need to make our tortilla smack videos for our channel, and we could talk about it on the show here.
Look at that.
Boom. Just figured it out. Geniuses.
Pal.
Now.
We're just a little late to the trend, but it's okay.
Yeah, it's fine. Well, there'll be a new thing. Yeah, it's fine.
But that for once, the trend is actually funny.
That's true. It's true. Yep.
I find it funny.
You know what's not funny? Customers that wait till November to sign their contracts.
Or order parts or order plows or
Yeah.
decide they want to switch a plow from an older truck to a newer truck because that truck's going out.
Yeah, but
So
one of the things with customers that we've talked about doing, and I've seen done from other vendors, we haven't gone to it just yet, but when you provide a proposal, you say, here's the price today, and then if you wait until September 1st, the price changes to this number. And then if you wait until October 1st, it changes to this number. If you wait till November 1st, it changes to this number. And then if you wait till November 15th, we're not going to take it anymore. Something like that, where you can incentivize your customer to make those, to pull the trigger early and get that contract in place.
Because the idea is awesome, but at the end of the day, if someone offers you says, hey, I'm going to sign this, but will you do it for the price you had 2 months ago, and you have the workforce available, you're probably going to say yes.
Fair, but but even then, I think it'd be nice to have the ability to say, no, I'm not going to. Mm-hmm. You need to do it for this price. I'll do it for that price next year.
So I heard this scenario brought up where it's Ima, and a gentleman spoke up and he said, that's a great idea, except until my bank tells me I have no more room for money, I'm going to keep taking the contracts.
That's pretty solid.
That's fair. That's fair. But why not? But why not? Why not tell the customer, I'll totally do it for that next year, but you waited. That's not my problem. And then see what you can do. I guess
depends on what you can do without that contract or with it. I mean, how big of a deal is that to you?
Well, I think the assumption there is that if you do raise the price, that the customer is going to go elsewhere, which that certainly might happen, but I think you need to feel that out a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, yes, the idea of negotiating from a position of power and strength is very appealing and something that's everyone wants to be in that side of the coin.
Yeah,
normally that's not how it is. Normally the
fair.
customer is controlling that.
Well, and because there's always somebody that'll do it for cheaper.
Yeah.
No matter what, there's always somebody cheaper.
Mm-hmm. There will always be those customers that'll choose the cheapest price over quality, but that's why you got to keep working to develop your portfolio to where you have customers that are more loyal to you and the service you're providing and less on the price you're giving.
Fair.
It's not an easy thing to do. That's something that takes a long time to cultivate.
Yep. Oh, I hear that.
And then a change of ownership or management can really upset that.
Or help it.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, I mean, you could go either way. You know,
Change is sometimes beneficial.
Yep. Can be for sure.
Easily.
Right. 100%. What are you drinking?
Water.
You know what? Me too. It's actually water.
I've filled this bottle up twice now.
On purpose.
You know, if you're trying to be earth friendly, you'd actually get an aluminum bottle.
This is while they had the Quick Trip. So
I would be shocked if Quick Trip doesn't have aluminum water bottles.
Wait. Somebody sells water in an aluminum bottle?
Yes.
The bottle would be more than
It's
the
the
water,
new
right?
trend.
Wait, seriously?
Yes.
Like you actually go to the convenience store to get yourself a bottle of Smart Water, in Zach's case here, and there is a competitor for Smart Water that is made in an aluminum bottle?
Yes. Because therefore it becomes reusable.
Really?
I reused this one.
Well, but yeah.
I know, even though it has a recycle symbol on it.
I'm going to reuse
Welcome to
it.
the trend.
I'm going to reuse it, and then when I'm done with it, I'm going to recycle it.
Okay.
And it's going to see me again soon, according to the label.
So stick with me here. So people are going in, and instead of buying the, say, $2 Smart Water bottle, they're buying how much is the aluminum one? Do you know?
Oh, I'd say it's another 40, 50%.
Okay. So, and why are they doing that?
To be green.
To be green? Because they feel
Save
better.
the sea turtles.
Because they feel better about their purchase, right?
Right.
Okay. So
It actually tastes better, though, when it's cold.
Okay.
You know that cold water stores fat?
What?
Consuming cold water makes your body store fat.
Those are like those little white guys that jump out of you in Doctor Who.
That's the one.
Take the fat with you. What are those called? Adipose. That's them.
I didn't watch that, so I have no clue.
That's fine.
Lost also.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. But no, seriously. So stick with me here. So because people are willing to pay more money for something that makes them feel good about their purchase, right? Mm-hmm. Okay. So you know what we're going to do? We're going to take a break. And then we're going to come back and we're going to talk about how to make your customer feel better about their purchase when they're buying snow removal from you. How to elicit that emotional connection and that desire to help the planet and their fellow man, right?
Interesting. I'm with it.
Later.
Creating art from darkness. For over 20 years, Cast Lighting has designed and manufactured the world's most durable, energy-efficient, and technically advanced landscape lighting products available at astonishingly affordable prices. Cast offers an all-encompassing line of products with everything you need to get the job done. Cast Landscape, their most durable product, is best-in-class, low-voltage landscape lighting made of solid bronze with integrated and drop-in LED technology. These fixtures are built to endure the most demanding environments. Source Lighting, a new division by Cast, is your source for professional grand landscape lighting made of durable brass, offering both integrated and drop-in LED technology, and backed by Cast, the world's most durable outdoor lighting. Cast Lighting gives you innovative, state-of-the-art, old-world craftsmanship with tomorrow's technology. Visit their website at cast-lighting.com today. That's cast-lighting.com.
From the East Coast to the West Coast and around the world, no one rocks like Turf's Up Radio. Turf's Up Radio, your industry, your station.
Hardworking hands reach for Gemplers for pro-grade landscape tools and gear. Much like our customers, Gemplers is family-owned and independent, which makes it easy to shop online and get your orders shipped quickly from our warehouse straight to your front door. Rather speak to a human? No worries. Gemplers always answers your call. Shop Gemplers for supplies from tools to tree care, safety to sprayers, watering to workwear, and even add your logo for free to show your customers that you're serious. Right now, buy any 2 pairs of work gloves and get a 3rd pair free. Mix and match, no limit, stock up for spring. Shop Gemplers.com. That's GEMPLERS.com.
Saturdays, 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. The Weekend Review.
The Weekend Review.
Join King Darren and all of your favorite Turf's Up radio hosts, including Heculus, Eric, the Turf Teacher Jones, Brian. My name is not Brian. Ryan Lee, Wayne, the Prophet Bowles,
One opportunity.
his son Daniel, Brooke Ford, the Green Veteran, Giddy up, and many more. Join us live as we unpack the week and share what you may have missed live on Turf's Up Radio. That's the Weekend Review, Saturdays, 9 to 10 a.m. Eastern, right here on Turf's Up Radio, your industry, your station.
Yeah! Oh, yeah.
Turf's Up Radio. Hey, man. Thanks to the people at Turf's Up.
Thanks, boys
Yeah.
and girls.
Probably.
I'm sure there's.
There's more than one of them.
Well, I hope so. We want a diverse group.
That's right. There's a lot of them. Yep.
Women in the green industry.
That's right. You know what? We'll have to play that one next.
Yeah.
What number is it? Do you remember what number that was? I think it's 4.
I didn't set up this crazy thing.
Fair.
Talking box.
That's right. It's kind of cool, though.
It's neat.
You can make people louder and quieter and stuff. It's kind of neat. We're like professionals.
It is handy.
Yep. And you know what we're going to talk about now?
Being professional.
Oh, God. It's been like 3 minutes, man. No. Okay, so no, we're talking about how, there are people that will buy their water in an aluminum bottle because it makes them feel better about the environment. They're saving turtles and making the planet warmer and whatever.
Yeah. I bought one. I found it terrible.
I don't think they're making the planet warmer. I think that's the opposite of what they want.
Well, unless it's wintertime. And then you're like, oh, the planet's so cold. It must be warmer. And it's a summertime. And like, oh, it's so hot. We got to make it cooler. Is that not how that works?
I guess I missed the too cold argument. I don't know.
What? Everybody's looking at me.
I was just thinking how, as this has been an exceptionally hot summer for us, yet it doesn't even come close to breaking records.
Right. You know what? We're getting off topic.
I know.
So, again, here we go. Okay. So, the reason why people buy things like that and the reason why they go to Starbucks and they pay $9 for a cup of coffee is because it's not because they think that's a good value, right? Like you don't walk away from Starbucks going, "Man, I killed it. I got a good deal.
I got a great deal on this giant cup of sugar."
Right. Yeah. Right. Like that's not what you see happening. You people don't have DoorDash bring them their food because they think it's a fantastic value. Like that's not something you hear. They want it because it's convenient and because it makes them feel good. Right?
Yeah.
Feels good. Yeah.
Feels nice.
Okay. So here's the problem with snow. Nobody gives a crap. Right?
And nobody wants it.
Right.
Nobody wants to pay for snow removal.
Right. It's a necessary evil that is one of those things that, it's a pimple on the backside of the real estate industry. Everybody hates it. Nobody wants to deal with it. It's like low on the totem pole. It's just awful. Nobody wants to deal with it. Right. So you need to find ways to generate some type of an emotional response in your customers. Right. So you have to get to know them a little bit, right? The last thing you want to do is if somebody asks you for a bid, just send them a number. Like you've not engaged at all. Hi, I'd like a bid for snow. And then you respond with an email and a price. I mean, that's not going to, stir any kind of emotion in your customer. That's going to just give them a number they can put on a spreadsheet.
At the same time, at least they responded.
Facts.
Oh, the vendor?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
Because that's a growing trend where people just don't respond to
anything.
It's really frustrating.
And just like that, the wind is out of my sails.
No, you're still absolutely right. Gone. Right. Responding blindly with just an email and a number is the next step above nothing.
Right.
It's not exactly the top.
So what should we do?
Okay. So here's the thing. So when you go to buy anything, right, what do? You went around, you try to find some information and you get some pricing and then you make a decision. Okay. You have to give your customer something to consider that isn't the price, right? Because at the end of the day, pushing snow off of a parking lot and pushing snow off a sidewalk and applying chemical, I mean, we're not talking rocket science here when it really comes right down to it. I mean, this is not like, fantastic, like a carpentry project or a plastering project or some type of, highly skilled trade where perfection is a big deal. I mean, this is moving snow and throwing salt, right? So find something that can differentiate your bid from your competitors. So number one, to Brent's point, turn the damn thing in, right? That's a really good first step to getting hired, right? Is turn in the bid.
Keyword first step.
Right. So, but also come up with something that matters to them, right? So if you're doing a bid for somebody who, really cares about the environment, you show up in their LEED certified facility and if they're LEED certified, you're going to have some bid parameters anyway. Never mind. So let's say they're, you show up and they deeply care about something, figure out how you are going to fit that value of theirs, right? So if it's safety, okay, well, how are you going to be more safe than another crew? Do you guys wear PPE with highly reflective vests? Do you have amber lights on all of your trucks? Do you have strobes on all your trucks? What are things that you do just as part of your business that are going to satisfy that need, that desire of theirs, right? So we could probably go on hopefully we can go on for 15 minutes on some ideas on that, right? So if we let's start with safety. So vests that everybody has, reflective vests, lights on the trucks blinking.
Visible strobe lights.
Yep.
I mean, so often guys put the strobe light on top of the truck, but then their salt spreader covers it up from the backside.
Yep.
I mean, it doesn't matter where you're working. That needs to be visible. And if that means you have multiple, so be it. It is not tacky or cheesy to have multiple lights on the truck. I mean, there's a reason why these new Douglas Dynamics spreaders have strobe lights built into the back of the truck.
Yeah.
I mean, it's visibility.
Yep. And that's something that you can, tell your customers that, safety is a very, very, very important value of yours. And that's something that, that accompanies your bid. The ability to, to rest your crews, if you have enough people and you can promote that you're going to run them on shifts and, say nobody's going to work more than a 10 or 12 hour shift and they're going to be able to go home and get some sleep. That's a big deal. Tell your customers that, things that you may do as part of your normal business that you just think this is the way it ought to be. I guarantee you there's somebody out there that's not as good at it as you are. So tell people about your business. Where you dispatch from, maybe you've got backup generators at your office so that if the power goes out, you can still function. Maybe you require your staff to keep their phones charged at least 75% or anything like that. I mean, that differentiates you from your competitor, and try to come up with things that are a little more oddball. Maybe your insurance is better than somebody else's. Maybe your trucks are newer, maybe your equipment is newer, or on the other side, maybe your stuff is all classic and you've rebuilt it all. And hey, we've got this classic fleet of plow trucks. Do you think anybody would do that?
I would totally do that.
Not and put them to work.
That'd be kind of cool though.
I would do that.
Yeah. In a world where getting parts is getting harder, you're going to buy something that parts are almost non-existent for anymore. Solid plan. In fact, use that. I'll compete against it.
Zack just cried a little bit.
I didn't cry at all.
Started to. Like, man, old stuff is cool.
Cool. Yes.
I like old
Practical. Stuff. No.
Okay, well, when your cooled seat and heated seat shorts out and fries the whole damn thing and your truck won't even start.
Because that's ever
I
happened.
want to go out there and spray some ether into my carburetor, stoke that baby up, and go
Get
plow
at
a
it.
lot for you.
Yep. I went a whole winter without my heated seats once.
I remember that.
The horror.
It was very first world problem.
It was very first world.
Which is why I went the entire winter because I'm like, I'm not saying a thing to anybody.
Ever since I bought a truck, 12 years ago that had heated seats, and I was like, oh, haven't had one without it since.
Fair. Go a winter without it.
Why?
Fair.
Why?
Fair. So, some other things that you can do for value is really look into the de-icing chemicals you're using, right? So, chloride awareness is a thing. I mean, people are more and more concerned and aware of particularly streams and rivers, right? So all of every pebble of salt that you throw down winds up going down into a drain and it winds up in a river somewhere. And once it hits the river, it never goes away. And, folks are becoming more and more aware of that. So that's something you need to really be aware of. And if you have some way of limiting your chemical applications, like you don't have salt dog spreaders that leave the snail trail everywhere. Yeah, that's good. You should talk about that. You say, look, I have a more environmentally friendly salt spreader than my competitors do. Look at, all of those things. They're cheap. They're dirt cheap. That's why people buy them. They're out there. That's great. They're disposable. They also have to apply so much more product to get it to work right. So that's something that you can talk with your customers about. That not only is your equipment, more expensive and more dependable, it's also going to be better on the environment. And shoot, if you can talk to them, you ready for this? Early enough. See, they're early enough. Well, now you can get it set up where they can even write that into their bid package where they can say, hey, we don't want this type of spreader or your spreader must be able to have an even application, or things like that where they can limit either limit the bidding or at least have something in place that will enable them to later come back and say, no, all of these trails of salt everywhere is unacceptable. You have to fix that to their vendor, right? And then explain the difference. Talk about why that matters and engage with your customer and educate them on those things because they don't care. At the end of the day, they just want to pay somebody, and then when somebody slips and falls, hand them a lawsuit.
Basically,
right?
Yeah.
So if you can engage with them so that they understand why things are different, it'll be a lot more better for everybody. Right?
Yeah.
Yep. Okay. You guys have other suggestions? Stuff that you can talk about that's builds value with a customer?
I think just having an open dialogue with them,
That's
being
where I was
able
gonna
to
go.
talk to them and explain things, make them feel like you know what you're doing. You
Well,
don't.
and maybe being available during events,
Oh yeah.
having a feedback number that they can call. And
So there's something that we did that that really made our life easier. Was we got hooked up with an answering service, and it was super cheap, right? So there's a call center in Florida that when we're in storm, every customer has the same phone number, and they call, and there's a live human being that's well rested, answers the phone and takes a message and gets all of the information that we need, and then that information comes to us in an email that is that goes to all of our entire store management staff, and then it's kind of a competition to see who can respond to that first, and we get right back with the customer. But that way, instead of the customer that, if it's my customer and I'm trying to get some Z's, or if I'm under a truck, or if I'm busy doing something else, and that customer calls me and I can't answer the phone right away, and maybe it's 10 minutes before I can get to it. Well, if we can get back to that customer faster, even if it's not with an answer, it's just, yes, we have your message, and yes, we're working on it. Immediately they feel better. But every second that goes by that they're wondering if you know what's happening, they get more and more anxious. Yep.
And we have a quality answering service. I tried to make a phone call to a potential lead for some rust protection earlier today, and they have an answering service also, and it was a really bad experience for me.
So what was the difference for you?
The difference was the person that answered the phone, not sure geographically where it was, but
you can just say it. They were in Portland.
They were what?
Portland.
No.
Oregon?
Yeah, they were in Oregon.
It's a state named after a musical instrument. I mean, can you imagine living in violin?
It was pretty clear that this company has did not spend any money on their communication devices. So it was very crackly, she sounded like she was in the other room, and it was, hey, okay, who do you need to talk to? Okay, I'm going to make sure they call you. Who is this again? And I'm like, okay.
Dude, you got that company owner's drunk mother-in-law.
Yeah, I got something.
Yep.
I'm not sure what it was.
She's in the bathroom on her cell phone.
Well.
Sounds kind of echoey.
Vet your call service.
Yeah, definitely check it.
Right.
Don't use that one.
Yeah, that was pretty bad.
Yeah. But that was something that was, I mean, would you go so far as to call it a game changer?
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, of course there are still the customers that they're only going to talk to, me or Zack or Brent or whatever. I mean, they're going to call their person before they call, some rando number. But that number was really, really, really nice to
especially
help
for
coordinate
non-emergency
things.
type calls.
Yep.
Or how many people would send me an email? That's a horrible way to send communication in storm.
An email?
An email from a customer back years ago before we had this service. You didn't have time to monitor the email because you were taking phone calls like left and right. Now that we've had the service, I actually have time for the email. I actually have time to look at this. I actually have time to manage that.
Well, and on the emails, the reason why people send emails, like I am an email fiend in storms. I try to do everything by email because it's all time stamped.
Yep.
So I'll try to call somebody, and if they don't answer, I'll immediately follow up with an email. I won't leave a voicemail because I know they're not going to check the voicemail anyway. Right. So I'll follow up with an email and say, hey, just tried to call you, couldn't reach you. Here's my problem. Please get back to me as soon as possible. And now I've documented at this time on this date, I made this contact with this person. So later, if there's a problem and I need to prove that, I've got the proof.
Yeah. And I will say the difference is when they were just emailing me directly, well, that relied on me physically seeing it. But the way our system works now, where it goes to a group of us, well, someone's at least someone is always watching that.
Right.
Because if I was asleep and the email came through, I'm not going to see it till I wake up. An email is not going to wake me up.
So what do you mean? You don't have your phone hooked up to electrical probes? You get an email come through and it's like, you wake up?
No.
I
think that would really change the definition of anxiety.
Yeah. That'd be pretty bad.
It's hard enough sleeping during
now
a
there's
storm,
an actual physical pain to the dread of that coming through.
Well, you could probably set it like a dog bark collar. Like the first one you miss is just a little zap. And the more that you miss, the zap becomes more predominant. Bzz, bzz.
You'll never sleep again.
Bad plan. Okay, bad plan. Maybe bad plan. Yep. All right. I'm going to try to see if I can get the right ad. We'll see. Here we go.
Fed up with your current software solution? FieldRoutes is the cloud-based software technology you need to level up your lawn care business. From routing to scheduling, collections, marketing, reporting, and more. It's the all-in-one solution that automates, not complicates. FieldRoutes helps lawn care companies simplify, scale, and grow. Schedule your free demo today by visiting fieldroutes.com. That's fieldroutes.com.
You're listening to Turf's Up Radio, the only radio station of its kind dedicated to the green industry. Turf's Up Radio, your industry, your station.
Hey everybody, Wayne Voles, the Prophet, your host of Profit Time here on Turf's Up Radio. If you listen to my show, you know I'm all about profit. As an industry, profit is something we fail to meet most of the time. If you're working hard but not seeing the results that you deserve, Profits Unlimited is here to help. We offer processes and systems designed specifically to make your company more successful, more profitable, and certainly more efficient. When you're ready to take your company to the next level, reach out to me at profitsareus.com. That's profitsareus.com. And don't forget to turn into Profit Time every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 10 a.m.
Are you a military family with a spouse on deployment away from home? Did you know that nonprofit Project Evergreen has thousands of volunteers across the country ready to help military families with lawn, landscape, and snow removal services? We call it Green Care and Snow Care for troops. If you are a military family and would like to receive this free service, or if you'd like to volunteer to help, visit projectevergreen.org. Project Evergreen, creating a greener, healthier, cooler Earth, 1 yard at a time.
See, creating a cooler Earth.
I knew you were going to say something.
There it is. There it is. Because it's cooler.
Because yeah.
1 yard at a time. Oh, wait, but that would mean that it's too hot now.
Exactly.
Oh, so I was wrong. I wasn't wrong. It's just a different season.
Everything's fine.
It's fine. You know what? Everything is awesome.
It's really hot, and then it's really cold, and you get like a couple weeks.
I love it.
Yeah. Did you?
I blew right past it. It's fine.
Man, the Lego movie, Iron Man sucks.
Great movie.
Anybody that's got kids knows what I'm talking about.
I have kids, and I don't know what you're talking about.
What?
I have a kid.
Yeah, you have a kid.
All the cool dads out there know.
That's right.
My kid hates cartoons.
It's a Lego. It's not cartoon. It's like stop motion.
I don't even know what it is.
Yeah, it's
not
Legos.
anime. It's not cartoon.
Legos come to life.
Anime?
No.
Claymation?
It's the.
Is that South Park? Like that's South Park, right?
Well,
No, claymation is like
Gumby.
Gumby, yeah.
Ugh.
You don't
Except
like
it's
Gumby?
Legos instead of Gumby.
Or Celebrity Deathmatch, that was claymation.
There's real people in there's real people in Lego Movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. See?
Right on.
You would know that if you watched it.
No.
Not going to do it?
No.
Fine.
My
You know
daughter owns my TV, okay? I don't get time in my living room. That is my daughter's TV.
Yeah?
Yep.
Do you have to like reserve it?
No.
Like,
reservations don't matter.
Like I'd like to watch Jeopardy now.
No.
No?
I'll turn something on.
Is that still on?
And she'll come running in the room,
I think so.
shout no, 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 and then turn it off.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, okay. That's exciting.
And if she wants to watch something, then she'll turn it on. But most of the time, the TV just sits there off.
Oh, so she actually takes possession of it.
Yes, it's her TV.
Oh.
Good for her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's perfect.
You know what else? So in our last segment here, in getting ready for winter, that I want to talk about, if you do sub work, right? This is the time of year to make the decision on what company you want to do work with.
Ooh.
Right? So you want to be thinking about, did I get paid? Did I get paid on time? Was the system okay? Think about your experience last year, and if that's something you want to do again, or if it's something you don't want to do again. What is happening?
Your radios are going on.
Was it the radios?
Why do you have so many radios over
For
there?
some reason, he has two.
Turn that one off. Oh, well, the other one's off. Okay, we're good.
Did you commandeer somebody's radio?
No, you left it on your desk when you moved desks.
Because I don't need it anymore.
Yeah, so Nicole brought it in and put it on my
Ka-chow.
desk. Ka-chow.
Just peeling off the responsibilities.
So, a lot of times I see guys, they don't really pick the company they're working for. They say, I want to do work at this facility. Oh, that's X management company. I'm going to go work for them.
Ooh.
Really?
Yeah.
That's scary.
That's interesting.
Yeah. And they sign whatever contract they're offered, and they do the work because that's the properties they wanted to service because they've always serviced it. And even though that's changed hands every year for the last 10 years,
Okay.
they just keep following whoever manages that property.
So you're saying like, if you service a Target and you've serviced that Target for 5 years,
Walgreens, Home Depot, Lowe's, all the big box or all the national companies, you have to go through a national, general contractor basically.
Yeah.
They just seem to follow them, whether they're good reputation or not.
Okay, fair. Okay, well, I would maybe advise if you're in that boat and you're working for, one of the large nationals, or you're in a scenario where if that fits your jive and you're jamming, man, do it. Get at it, keep it up. If you're able to be profitable doing that, fantastic, have at it. If you're on any type of social media, having to do with snow and ice management stuff, there is a ton of resentment for large national companies, and every single one of those contractors that just hates working for that large national, I guarantee you that there's somebody else in town you can do sub work for, that you have the ability to shop that. You have the ability to make a few phone calls and figure out who are the big players in town.
Actually meet them.
Yeah. Go to their office, swing in, knock on the door. Hello, I have equipment. I'm responsible. I'm thinking ahead. I'm being proactive, and I'm looking for work. And I guarantee you, if somebody shows up in our office in August and says, I'm good, I'm proactive, I'm trying to get ahead of this winter, do you have any opportunities for subcontracting? You're going to go straight to the front of the list.
Yeah.
I mean, that is something that every company that does sub work is looking for, somebody that gives a crap about how they do their work and wants to do good. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that's a big, big, big deal. And right now is the time of year to do it. And the reason why is because if you come walking into our office right now and say, hey, I'm looking for work, we're going to be able to say, okay, what part of town, what kind of work would you like to do, and how much would you like to get paid?
Yeah.
And we're going to have something that fits what you were looking for. You have that same conversation in late October, you're going to be left with what everybody else didn't want. And then you're going to be upset because, oh, well, I tried to do sub work, but those guys don't have any decent work. Well, no, they've got decent work. You need to get ahead of it. You need to get out there early, and you need to make that happen.
Yeah, you come to them in November. You're going to get what's left of their portfolio.
Yep, the crumbs that nobody else wanted. Yep. Now, the only advantage you have is if you do show up in November and they still have work available, you might get paid a little more for it until they find somebody else to do it cheaper.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, if you really want the highest profit work in the portfolios, get at it early.
Whoever you go to work for, make sure you understand the terms of getting paid.
Yep.
So are you going to get paid in X amount of time, or are you going to get paid when they get paid?
Right.
I would stay away from the latter.
Yep.
Because you contracted with them, not with the property.
Right.
And I see a lot of people talk about, well, I get paid when they get paid. Well, what if they don't get paid? What if they mess something up? You still did your job right. They owe you.
Well, and the other thing too is to your point exactly, is that if I sign up to work for Brent and Brent says that he'll pay me when he gets paid, well, that's not okay, because now my contract is with Brent, and so I have the ability to say no, you're paying me for a job. Now, Brent can then turn around and charge whatever he wants for it, and that's his problem and his deal. But my deal is with Brent, not Brent's customer. And so, understand that also means that in many states, you do not have the ability to go put a lien on that property. If many states consider snow removal to be a non-permanent improvement to the facility or the property, and so because it doesn't leave any lasting value, it's a service like trash collection or mowing grass, which many states make it so that you cannot file a mechanics lien for something like that.
But it can leave lasting damage.
Oh yeah, well, that's fair. But yeah. So if you're thinking, oh well, they'll pay me or I'll file a lien, check with your state and see if you even can. A lot of times you can't. Now you can cause a stink and you can get in the way and you can be a pain for the person you're working for and the property owner, but that doesn't necessarily mean you're even going to get paid. So, but yeah, definitely. I mean, that's really, really, really solid point, is make sure that your deal with who you're working for means that you are paid in a certain amount of time, and then understand what you have to do to get paid. So, do you have to download software? Do you have to make a call in? Do you have certain paperwork that you have to do? I mean, what is it that you need to do in order to be paid, and then evaluate whether that fits for you? Because if you're going to go work for an outfit that wants you to, download an app and then, turn on data tracking and blah, 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 blah. And, you've got a flip phone Well, that might not work.
If you got a flip phone, just throw it away, man.
What?
It's over with.
Says the guy that wants a classic truck to go plowing with.
Oh.
Yeah, the truck's totally different than technology.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah,
So-
it's lacking.
What's lacking?
Your truck.
How is my truck lacking?
Wait,
Truck you want.
when did we start making fun of his truck? He doesn't.
Or he's saying it's not technology. I'm agreeing.
Didn't feel like agreeing.
You know, your mic cord is green.
Okay.
See, I'm just saying, it kind of rhymed and changed the subject all at once. See what it did there? I became poetic and the peacemaker. I just don't want to see you two brawl.
Oh, we're far from that.
Man, I wonder who'd win. Who do you think would win?
No, I'm out.
Like you lose?
Yeah.
You think so?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, man. Nicole, who'd win in the fight? Zack and Brent. Who's going to win? Nicole says she'd win.
There's no doubt about that.
Well, that's fair.
There's zero doubt in my mind.
That's fair. Yep. So yes, you're going to, if you do sub work, you're going to, check in who's available, learn about the company, and then decide whether or not you want to work for them or somebody else. Man, seems like we could have just summed up the 15 minutes in like that sentence.
Yeah, but you know us. We got to
That's
go
right.
all the way out and then reel it back in.
It's like casting. I haven't been fishing in almost 2 years. Other than in a pond.
Well, I mean, you went fishing last year.
Last summer, yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm saying it's been almost 2 years.
Almost 2 years.
Wait, no, I guess that'd be a year.
It's been about
It'd
a
been
year.
a
so-
year.
Yeah.
Man.
Wow.
But I went fishing twice last summer.
Yeah.
That's what it was.
That's not good.
2 times in a year turned into 2 years.
Not okay.
Because I got confused.
Why did you only go twice?
Time.
Why does fishing in a pond not count?
There's
It's not the same experience.
It
is if you're not. Let me phrase that again. It is if you're not used to catching things.
Yeah, but see, I like catching fish though. I used to be pretty good at it. What do you think of that?
Need to train. Take some time and train.
I could turn on like Rocky music and get a hoodie.
That's right.
I've got an Abu Garcia hoodie.
Do you?
I sure do.
That's a nice hoodie.
It
I like
is.
Abu Garcia.
It is actually pretty
Quite
nice.
a bit.
Nice little
You
hoodie.
had fish all around you this past week.
Yeah, you were at the lake. Why didn't you
They were nibbling on us the whole
throw
time.
a line in?
Well, I was fishing for booze, which
you?
I did catch.
Oh, well, there you go.
So it was good. It was a good week.
I caught a turtle.
He did. He caught a turtle and held it up over his head. Declared victory, and the turtle went flap, 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 flap. Big old turtle.
Nice.
They had to chase it down. The turtle ate a Pringle out of his hand, too.
That's excellent.
And then
I established trust,
With the turtle?
and then I ruined it by grabbing him and holding him up in the air.
Yeah. Did he retaliate?
Yeah, he clawed me.
Terry the turtle.
Luckily, he wasn't a snapper.
Right.
I don't think I would have picked it up then.
I was a little nervous at the first. You never know what you don't know.
That's right. You don't know what's in that shell till you do.
When you're in the middle of a lake on a floaty, you really don't want to lose a finger.
Not really.
Especially when the turtle like snaps the finger and swims down. You're not getting that back. No. I'm calling you a nub for the rest of your life.
That's right.
But I could finally count in halves if that happens.
If you left enough, yeah.
Maybe it's quarters.
Oh my
When
god.
you see this finger, it's a decimal point.
God. Oh, that's pretty nice. It's pretty nice. Are we done here?
Are you still mixing?
Nope. Wrong ad. Wrong button. See, I programmed these buttons in here, then I screw it all up. That's fine.
It even shows you on the screen like which one it is.
I know, but I wasn't looking at the screen.
Oh.
I was looking at the pad.
He thought he was a pro and just went for it.
Yeah, well, good,
Sure did.
Good try.
Yeah. Well, I'm that good.
You want to try again?
There it is. There's the jingle, the out jingle.
Found it that time.
Mr. Benjamin Mayer wrote it for us. Thanks, bud.
Thanks,
So,
dude.
Yep, talking winter is winter. That's the end of, we're going to call that, what, episode 1 of season 3?
Sure.
Man, so many of them, it's hard to keep track.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd like to thank both of our listeners again.
Yeah, thanks,
You guys are awesome. Yeah. If you have anything for us, hit us up, podcast at swintergroup.com. We'd love to hear from you. And if you don't have anything for us, well, just tune back in. We'd like you to listen. Download this thing wherever you can find it. If you're listening to it, you probably already have. Anyway, that's all we got. Thanks. Love it. See ya.